So after a little bit of work, we've got the brake master cylinder out. It was sat in there, and that's where the pedals come across on that shaft. So I've got it all nicely cleaned out, and I'm going to wax oil it in there and make sure it won't rust out. So yeah, just a quick update on just a few bits that we've been doing. So yeah, get in there now. Soon be ready for some new parts, hopefully. Okay, so I don't know where we got up to on the last episode, and it's been a few days. Anyway, back in here, we've got the new brake master cylinder in, and you might be able to see down there we've got a new spring. So, and my pussy cat's in the way. Yeah, Rusty. Yeah, thank you. Do you mind? Hey, you come to help, have you? Oh, that's all right. Jolly good. Hey, coming out the way then. Good boy. Come on. Sorry about that, folks, but my cat likes to get in the way, likes to come and help. Don't you? Yes, you do. Right, so the next thing then is to put pipes on. Well, I've got one pipe on, which is the back pipe. You can't see because of the light. So the back pipe you can just probably see through there. So that goes through the chassis rail right to the back. And I've got the other pipe that goes that away to put in. And so yeah, which is going to be a bit of a devil of a job to do. So the bolts also, let's talk about the bolts a little bit. The bolts, as you know, they were originally this way. With the nut heads this way next to the torsion bar, and I have actually moved them back to the original position, going back this way and that way, so that the nuts are on this end and the heads of the bolts are on this end next to the torsion bar underneath there, of course. So how did I do it? I've got a block of wood and I got one of these G-clamps, and I screwed the G-clamp down onto the torsion bar, and I bent the torsion bar down a fraction just to get the bolt out and get the new bolt in, and yeah, worked perfectly, absolutely perfectly. So yeah, it can be done, it can be done. So looking at my floor, it's only some like rubber that's on here. So I'm going to cut this nice and square and then put a little bit of fillet rubber in here. The floors are absolutely solid, and thank goodness the chassis rail is as well, and everything else around it. So thank goodness for that. So the pedals are on a shaft, as you know, and the clutch pedal is actually on a cotter pin on the shaft, so that holds it rigid. The brake pedal is not on a cotter pin on the shaft. It just moves freely and pushes the pin into the master cylinder there to give you some braking power. So I've got no fluid in it at the moment because I've got no pipes on. Well, I've got one pipe on, so I've got the other pipes to put on, and I'm just going to be working on this other pipe now towards the front, and I'm going to go through this chassis rail, which I don't think you can see. Anyway, you might be able to see there is a copper pipe down there. Yeah, somewhere down there that I've put through the chassis rail, and it's got to have a bend on this end to come into the brake master cylinder, and then it goes to the front of the car right next to the radiator there, so where the T-piece is on the junction. I've got all brand new pipes, so I've got all the rest of the pipes to do, and yeah, it's going to keep me busy as that. So I'll catch you up on the next one when I've got something else to show you, a little bit more progress, hopefully he says. Yeah, anyway, see you for now. So I'm back again for a little update, and been putting the new brake pipes in, and I've come to the front end here. So I've got them two in there, so that one and that one, they're all in, and this is where your brake switches for your brake lights. So the little three-way junction. So right down there somewhere. Yeah, a little three-way junction. So this is where the pipes are going to. So I've blown that out with the compressor and it seems all right. And as far as I'm aware, the switch is all right. So I've just got to connect them up. So what I've done, I've taken the radiator out, and that's for 2 or 3 reasons. Radiator's taken out so I can get the pipe along the bottom there and then round to the other side, of course. So, and then I wanted to clean up down here as well underneath the radiator. I wanted to check the thermostat, which is still working okay. So that's brand new thermostat we put in before. That's still working okay. And I want to time it up properly. So I found the timing mark, and it's actually there. It's that block just there. And I'm going to paint it white. And then on there you might be able to see a cut on the pulley. There's a cut on each side of the pulley. So, and that's the timing mark. So I've got a timing gun, and I'm going to try and time it up properly with the distributor and everything, and see if we can get it exactly right, and see if we can get her running just a little bit better than what she was before. I think I've told you before about the distributors, so I'm going to put the old distributor on, even though I think this one's okay, but I think the older distributor, 1949 one's better. This one's actually 1952. Doesn't have an automatic advance and retard, so as an advance and retard you have to do manually, and so therefore you need to time it up properly with the spark plugs and the pulley and everything else. So that's why I've got a timing gun, and that's why I'm going to time it up properly, because it's all right doing it by ear, by eye, but it's not always the same as what it is with the timing gun. So next step then is, once I've got this cleaned down here, I'm gonna put some wax oil on it to protect it under here, because I won't be going under here for quite a long time. I'm going to mark this timing mark down here and mark the pulley with some white paint, so my strobe light will pick it up, and so we can go timed nicely. I'm going to secure this pipe down here, and there is a couple of securing tabs, and then I'll take it round there and down the hole to the rubber pipe down that way, so which will get that out of the way. And while I'm here, I'm going to drop the oil and replace the filter and the filter housing for a screw-on one. So that's what I'm going to do there, because I've done the gearbox oil already, so I'll do the engine oil. And I think that's about it. I've retightened some of these badges up on the front, and the chrome strip on here was too tight in several places, so I've adjusted that as well. So I've tightened the fan up, and because the fan blades were a little bit loose, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to see about another fan belt, because I've got loads of them hung up, and see which one I can use as a spare, just in case that one goes. So while I'm here, so I've got loads of bits and pieces to do while I'm here, and it'll keep me happy for a day or so. Yeah, progress is slow, because I'm a bit slow, but having said that, we're getting there. So anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. So there's the three-way joint, and I'll put it back into place, and I'll put the pipes all in, I'll secure them all in, and I'll sort the wiring out, and then I'll give it some wax oiling under there, and that's about it. So anyway, see you next time. Tatty bye. So we've got the radiator back in, and it's full of water again, and all the pipes on, obviously, top and bottom hose, and then we've got all these pipes hidden underneath the radiator. Sorry you can't see very well. Right underneath the radiator, and come out the other side, you see the copper pipe. So that's the brake pipes, of course, and they're all down that way and snake up to the brake master cylinder. I've put oil back in the engine, brand new oil, and I've put the new filter, so the new oil filter on, with the oil filter casing, etc., which is all nice. And so that's another big job out of the way. I think I explained last time that I did mark the pulley and the timing mark down there for the strobe light when I get it back running again, so I can twizzle the distributor and put a lead on the spark plug and, you know, get it all timed up properly. So that'll be another job out the way, but when we get it all running again. So yeah, rad's back in, pipes are on, all on, and I've adjusted all the brakes, and I've got to put the floor back in here. So sorry, it's a bit dark, but there's the new brake master cylinder in there. All the gearbox has been drained and refilled with new oil, sorry, and the pedals and everything are all back together, and got to obviously put that bit of floor back in, but I want to leave it for now because might have to adjust the brake pedal, and you need 1/2 inch of travel on the brake pedal, free travel, so I might have to adjust that when I come to bleed it. So I've started putting some fluid in there, some nice good old .4 brake fluid. So in obviously the master cylinder. So, and when I get the seat back in here, I'll commandeer some help, and I'll get the brakes bled, if I can talk, the brakes bled. And hopefully they'll bleed up nicely, because now I've adjusted all the brakes all the way around. They should bleed up okay. So yeah, jobs are coming along thick and fast now, so it's getting sorted, and it won't be long before hopefully she's got some brakes, and it won't be long hopefully before she's back on her wheels again, and we can test it. So there's lots of little jobs to do, and the little jobs are the distributor, that I need to look at, the fuel pipe and the fuel filter in the engine bay, and several other small things. So but for now I'm just concentrating on the brakes and trying to get them something like. So I've greased her all round as well, so I've greased all the trunnions again, and I've greased the prop shaft and all the steering joints and everything, and hopefully that's all them done now for another year. And yeah, I've got the back axle to drain and put new oil in, which I've got. So, but again, that can be done a bit later on. It's more concentrating on these brand new brake pipes all the way around, so which it's now got, and a nice new brake master cylinder. So once it's round with the fluid and we've got all the air out system, hopefully we'll have some nice brakes. So hopefully so. Right, I'm going to leave you at that, and apologise for the lighting, and yeah, I'll get back to you on another episode a bit later on, so goodbye from now.